My question is, how do we know if something is a bear? What I understand by this question is how do we know if something is what it seems like? I think one way to assure ourselves is if we are able to see it. If we can see it, we can see what something is made of, what it does, or what it can't do. Also, another way to see if something is real is if you can touch it. If you can touch it, you can see that it's really there because sometimes we cannot always trust our senses like our vision. If you can touch it, you can know what something is. We can also try and talk to the thing so that we can know more about them and their identity. We shouldn't assume things because there are many things we can't see or touch. We are all different, but we do have things in common which can make us all share part of our identities. Also, these differences shouldn't be something to discriminate. We should understand because we could all be a bear. Thank you.
Okay, now the next question. For example, how do we know if something is a bear? For me, a bear is an animal that is in general 2 meters tall, have claws, and live in many continents like South America, North America, Asia, and Europe. But these can we can recognize them. For example, the polar bears that live in the Antarctic and the brown bears. The brown bears are in these continents that I mentioned before, and the polar bears live in the Antarctic. They they have a special characteristic that is the fur that they have and how is their organism. Other thing that we can recognize when we saw or when something is a bear is that during the summer season, bears usually eat more than they do in other stations because when the winter arrives, they usually hibernate that reason, and all the grass that they have in their body is useful for them to be more harmful and don't pass too much cold during the winter.
The last question is about if everyone believes the same idea, does that make it true? Why and why not? To understand what is true, we have to compare the difference about something that is valid and something that is negative. So with this we can prove what things are going to be better in our lives or sometimes that is going to be negative in our lives, relationships, uh, identity, trust, and knowledge about something. To say that everyone believes the same idea is incorrect because each person has different knowledge, they have different perspectives, they have different beliefs, and they have different identities that is not in common.